Hey everybody, welcome back to another one of my videos. This is going to be one about meal planning, something I'm still not great at, but we're working on it. I did this evening while I was cooking dinner, I went through my freezer, my fridge, and my pantry to sort of take a look at my inventory and see what I have. Clearly I'm not meal planning for today. It's Monday. It is, what is it, Monday the 25th, and it's already 7 at night. So today is done. I want to get into the habit of doing meal planning on the weekends so that then I know what I'm grocery shopping for and only buying the absolute essential things that I need for the meal plan. Plus, if say something that I know that I eat on a regular basis is going on sale and it's something that can either be frozen or is like shelf stable, like a pantry item, maybe pick up some of those because I'm working on building a working pantry, but it is very much at its early little baby stages. However, I was traveling, got back not like crazy late on Saturday, but late-ish on Saturday, and Sunday, none of this stuff happened. The meal planning didn't happen, an impromptu grocery shop didn't happen, which I'm kind of proud of because I did think about just stopping at a store when I was on the way back home on Sunday to pick up what I sort of thought were like my necessary essentials, but decided no, I really did want to do the meal plan first to figure out exactly what it was that I needed to purchase. So pat on the back for me for not spending money without knowing first what I needed. However, my meal plan this week is super boring. And I apologize for that, but it really is. So in my freezer, I have a frozen macaroni and cheese meal, a frozen beef and broccoli meal. I have frozen, I keep saying frozen, everything in there is frozen. Clearly, it's the freezer. I have Compliments brand beef burger patties. I have 2 pounds of ground beef that's been broken up into half-a-pound portions. I have 2 separate bags of vegetables, but only about a half bag of each. 1 turkey breast and a very small amount of broccoli tater tots left over. In the fridge, I have turkey bites, eggs, bread, cheese slices, some tofu that I'm not sure if it's okay or not. While I was away on my trip, there was a big storm here and we lost power from 7 at night through to the next day. My friends upstairs came down and unplugged all of my stuff except for the fridge, so nothing would get affected by the surge when the power came back on, which I'm very grateful for. But when I got back, even though the fridge had never been open the whole time the power was out, my milk was so dead. So dead. But my unopened milk was safe. So I don't know. I just have to assume everything in the freezer is safe and not going to food poison me from the power outage. But the tofu, weirdly enough, I'm looking at it and I just can't tell. I know it kind of goes slimy when it goes bad, and I know what it looks like when it's gone like really bad, but when it's like, I don't know, on the edges of being bad, I don't know what tofu looks like then, so I'm really not so sure. In the pantry, I have 2 cans of tomato soup, 2 cans of chunky soup, different flavors, 1 can of Progresso chicken noodle soup that I got from Trader Joe's. Sorry, not Trader Joe's, Target. I'm kind of hoarding that one a little bit for like a day I don't feel well because it's chicken noodle soup. That's why I haven't eaten it yet. I have little packages of cream of leek soup and cream of broccoli soup. 2 ramen packages left. I have some pumpkin puree that I want to do some digging and find some recipes for. I only learned the other day that you can turn pumpkin puree into gnocchi, and I'm very curious about that and what else I can use it for because I've only ever thought of it for baking. And then I also have, I don't know exactly what to call it. It comes in like a tube package. It's plastic, sorry, that's a stupid explanation. I'm sorry, guys. It's a plastic tube of like silicone plastic, like soft plastic, and it's got like I think lentils and noodles and seasoning and all of the things except for the chicken and maybe a couple like fresh vegetables or something. Basically, you use this plus a couple ingredients and you've made soup. And mine is actually also for chicken noodle soup, weirdly enough. And I have 1 frozen turkey breast left. So I'm gonna look at the package and see exactly what I need, and I have included that in the meal plan because 1, it will use up the turkey breast that I have in the freezer, and 2, it'll get this thing out of my pantry. I've had it forever. So let's go through my very boring meal plan for this coming week, and I'll kind of explain to you why it's quite the level of boring that it's at as we go through. So all Tuesday through Friday, my breakfast is always the same because it's a workday breakfast and I have oatmeal. You've seen it in my what I ate in a week videos. So I just put oatmeal without specifying anything else with it because it doesn't change. So Tuesday, For dinner, I'm doing a grilled cheese sandwich with tomato soup. I have a physio appointment tomorrow after work. It's going to leave me quite potentially fairly dizzy, so I needed it to be a really easy dinner, and grilled cheese and tomato soup I think I should be fine with being able to make. Wednesday, I'm doing scrambled eggs with turkey bites cut up and sauteed in the oven and some toast. I also have a physio appointment on Wednesday, and that one tends to be even harder on me than the Tuesday one. So I anticipate being in rougher shape that day, probably really dizzy. So I'm hoping that this will be fine and I'll be able to stand up long enough to scramble the eggs and do all of that. If not, I'm going to switch this out to making soup. I'm trying to avoid soup 2 days in a row, but we're just going to have to see how I feel on Wednesday. On Thursday, I have added a snack in there, and I'm breaking into one of my emergency frozen meals, the macaroni and cheese. I'm having a medical procedure done. I have a thing on my face really near to my lip that, like, it's not cancer. And that's such a scary word that people freak out when they hear it. I'm a very pale human and a ginger, and my skin doesn't do well with the sun. So I'm very cautious about whenever there's something new or different or strange happening with it, because I know that I'm at a very high risk. I've had medical professionals telling me since I was in elementary school how high of a risk I am at. And so there's a thing on my face that I thought it was just like a zit or a spot or something, and then I kind of realized like I've had it for months and it's not going away, so clearly it's nothing that I thought it was. Went to my doctor doesn't know what it is. They sent me to the dermatologist is like, can't say for certain, but we need to get it off your face. So all of that to say that the area is going to be getting numbed and the surgical procedure will happen, and they have promised me minimal scarring, and I'm vain, so that matters to me. But they did say that I won't really be able to speak afterwards, and the whole area of my face will be numb, and since it's going to include like my lips and my mouth, I'm not sure how good of a job I'm going to be able to do at eating, because lips. So I've put the frozen macaroni and cheese because I may not be feeling up to eating all that much. If I'm feeling kind of miserable after the procedure, there's a very good chance. And it's also, it's mac and cheese. It'll be soft noodles. I can kind of slurp it into the other side of my mouth if I need to. It doesn't take a lot of chewing. This doesn't involve my teeth at all, so it's not like I won't be able to physically chew. I'm just concerned about my lip being able to keep the food inside my mouth, which sounds disgusting, I know. And they could have hyped it up to be a lot worse than what it's going to be. I don't really know. So I'm prepping for a non-functional portion of my face with the frozen macaroni and cheese. Friday, I thought I had a physio appointment on Friday and I don't, and I'm so grateful because I think those 3 days are going to take it out of me. So that's the day I'm going to try that chicken noodle soup with the turkey breast, like that packaged thing. So I'm going to have to read it to see what I need to buy as ingredients for that. Saturday, I might be going out for brunch with my friend. I usually do on Saturdays, but we haven't made any plans yet, so I put it as a question mark with Faye. If not, I'll figure something out to do at home. And then I just put something with ground beef because I have the ground beef. I should use the ground beef. I want to use the ground beef, but I have zero inspiration for what I want to have on dinner on Saturday. Like, I know that I should be feeling well enough by then that I'll have a bit more energy so I can do something a little bit more labor intensive, so I can put a bit more work into it. And after a full week of relatively easy things, I want to have a meal that I put a little bit more effort into it. I don't know. I really just can't think of anything. And I know, like, I want to do tacos with some of that beef and even just season some of it and brown it and toss it into various things, or maybe I use it to make a burrito. I don't know. Like, I know that there's things that I want to do with it. It's just right now I can't think or commit to anything. So I'm gonna somewhere during the week Google to see if I can get some inspiration for that. But otherwise I got nothing. If I really can't think of something, I might swap that out and cook one of the burger beef patties instead and have like a burger night, but without the bun, because it'll save me Weight Watcher points. So I don't know. I'll figure that out. If you have any inspiration for what I can do with the ground beef, keeping in mind my very, very low level of cooking skills, I would appreciate it. So that is my meal plan. Looking at it, I'm sort of like, I don't need to do any grocery shopping, except for whatever, I don't know what I'm going to need according to that package for the chicken noodle soup. So whatever I might need for that. Otherwise, everything is sort of, it's from things that I have, which is the whole point of my meal plans. It's not to come up with like something really great or amazing and then go out and buy ingredients to create the great and amazing ideas that I have come up with. It's to make as many meals as I can every week from the food items that I already have so that I'm not spending a lot of money on groceries. Having said that, I do need to buy some vegetables. I only have, when combined, 1 bag of frozen vegetables, and it's just like 2 half bags. And I realize I don't have vegetables in here, but I will naturally end up adding vegetables to the scrambled eggs, most likely. If I'm feeling up to it, I might cook some to go on the side with the macaroni and cheese. And I might add more to the chicken noodle soup just because I like veggie heavy soup. So there are spots in there where I would naturally just kind of grab it and add some without necessarily plotting it out. So my grocery shopping list, I need milk. I am almost out. And I'm going to buy frozen vegetables because they really are one of my staples, and I will toss them in when I have them, even if I haven't planned for tossing them in. I'm probably only going to buy 1 bag unless they're on a really good sale somewhere, just because I don't actually have them plotted in a lot of places, so I don't need to necessarily stock up on them for this week, but they're not a thing that go bad, and I always go through them fairly quickly. So if I don't finish them up this week, I'll definitely use them next. And yeah, that's really it. Milk and frozen vegetables are what are on my grocery list, which is great. If I could find the puffed tofu again, I'd really like to buy that and incorporate it back into my meal plan. I haven't been able to find it lately. I think the last time I saw it was at Superstore. And tomorrow, if I'm feeling well enough after physio, it's really the only day that I'm going to have, well, it's going to be my best shot for a day for going grocery shopping after one of these appointments. And I'm going to be by a Superstore. So I'm going to hit up the Superstore, get frozen vegetables, get milk. I'll see if they have the puffed tofu. And that will be it for my grocery shopping for this week for the meal plan. I know it's not inspiring or exciting or, like maybe a meal plan that other people might like, but it is going to be kind of a rough week for me medical wise. So I need the meals to be easy. And I don't mind when they're easy and kind of basic because, it matches my cooking level. So you gotta do what you can create, right? Like I'm not going to be feeling well enough to experiment with something and then not even have it work. So this is my meal plan. The grocery shopping, like I said, the milk, the frozen veggies, and the puffed tofu only if I can find it. And if I can, then I will, it'll last until next week, probably. I'll look at the expiration date. We'll find out together. This meal plan. Okay, I'm done. I think I said it like 5 times. I'm really sorry. I hope you're doing really well out there. If you are meal planning in any form, probably it is better than this one. I'd love to hear about it, how you're doing. How's your working pantry going if you have one? I'm slowly getting there. I've got soup in mine so far. Cans of soup. That's it. That's all I've got. But it's a start and I'm quite happy with it. Thank you so very much for watching my video about my little attempt at a meal plan for this coming week. I very much appreciate it. I hope everybody is having a really great day. Stay safe out there. I will talk to you in the next video. Bye. Hey there, everybody. I know that I just said that I'm going to be stopping at the Superstore on the way home after physio tomorrow to do the frozen vegetable shopping and the milk. But I went and I checked the Flip app, which I hadn't forgotten about. I just sort of assumed that it would be showing me that the best deal on vegetables right now was Superstore because everything is always cheaper than Safeway. But actually, right now, Safeway has a sale. You can see it on the Flip app right here. On their Best Buy brand of frozen vegetables, you get, it's not really a sale. You get 100 scene points when you buy 2 bags. And I could buy 2 bags to get the points. I do collect scene points and then I do use them. So it's not a bad thing for me to be collecting the points. But then also down here, you can see Walmart. I'll go to the flyer. They have the Green Giant brand of vegetables in the bag size, the 300 grams and the 750 grams, going on sale for $2.78. It's a really good price, and I like their vegetables. However, they don't go on sale until Wednesday. So I have to make the decision about either going to Safeway tomorrow and getting the Best Buy brand frozen vegetables and getting the extra points, hitting up the Superstore and just hoping that they have their vegetables at a better price. They weren't showing up on a sale in any of the flyers, so I don't know offhand what their price are just regularly. or if I can wait until Wednesday. I do have a physio appointment on Wednesday, and it is one that's usually a little bit rough for me. But if I'm only kind of going in and out of Walmart just to pick up the vegetables and the milk, I think I could probably swing it because the Walmart is quite near to my physio. So my new strategy is that I'm going to wait until Wednesday, and then after work, I go to physio. After physio, I'm going to go to Walmart. I'm going to pick up the frozen vegetables, the milk, and they don't ever have the puffed tofu, sorry. So that's just going to come off my list. So you can see up here, I have the milk, and then ignore the PetSmart items. I wanted to get maybe a new harness or something for Striker, but he's fitting in his just fine. So I'll get rid of that so I'm not tempted. So yeah, the milk and then the frozen veggies. I'm so glad that I looked at the app because I'm going to be able to save even more money, because even though I'm only buying a small quantity of items, so if I say were to go to Safeway and pay full price for the vegetables, or Superstore and pay full price for the vegetables, my shopping trip still wouldn't be very expensive because I am buying such a small quantity of food. But I think even when it's a small quantity, it's still smart to look for the sale prices, because then I can pay even less. And who doesn't like the idea of paying even less? So that is my new strategy for the grocery shopping. Not tomorrow after physio, but Wednesday after physio, and I will save even more money. Thank you so much for dealing with my little insert here with my screenshot showing you what I discovered on the app. I will leave you to your day. I hope you're having a really good one. Bye.